So I was working on a video discussing the announcement trailer for the mob vote, but before I could even start it, they already showed off what the first mob is for the mob vote. In fact, they're showing off everything a week earlier than normal, which is probably better because it gives us more time to decide our vote. Anyways, looking at what was shown off today, I think it's safe to say that the recent leaks were true. Today, we got our first look at the Sniffer, which is one of the 3 mobs that was leaked on Twitter a week ago, the other 2 being the Rascal and the Tough Golem. So we can probably expect to see those in the next 2 days. Anyways, let's discuss what we know so far about the Sniffer. So the Sniffer is described to be an ancient mob that lives underwater, but can also move around on land. Like turtles and frogs, they can lay eggs, and what they do is that they sniff plants, not those kind of plants, and when they do this, they proceed to dig their head in the ground and pull out seeds, which can be used to grow plants. And when they say this, they allude to adding more types of plants in the game. That's all they really say about the Sniffer, but the previous trailer indicates that you can find Sniffer eggs in underwater ruins, unless that was a joke. Now what are my thoughts on the Sniffer? Well, I think it's a very interesting mob. Despite everything we got in Update Aquatic, I feel like there's still more they could add to the oceans, and the Sniffer I think would be a great addition, and the design of the Sniffer itself is really cool. Not only that, but it looks like the seeds in the trailer are a new item which could be used as a new way of obtaining certain types of plants in the game. And speaking of, this would also introduce new plant types, so that is pretty cool. I said in my previous video that I found the most interest in the Tough Golem, but also mentioning that my minds might change once we see all the mobs in their full glory. The Sniffer, despite how interesting it is, hasn't changed my mind yet, but obviously I want to see what the other 2 mobs are like before I come to a final decision. The previous trailer also hinted at what each of the 3 mobs do and where they spawn. One mob was described as laying eggs and living underwater, the second was described as watching you underground, and the third was described as stealing hats. Since we can now confirm the names of each mob, we can guess which is which. We know now that the Sniffer is the underwater mob, but for the other 2, my guess would be that the Tough Golem is the mob that watches you underground, considering that tough is an underground material you can find, and that would leave the Rascal as the mob that steals hats, whatever that means. And that makes sense considering the word rascal means someone that is mischievous, and the definition for that word is someone that causes trouble. So yeah, now we've seen what the Sniffer is all about, so now we just wait for tomorrow and Thursday to see what the other 2 choices are all about. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and if you want to see more stuff from me, like and subscribe, and turn on the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Alright, now buzz off.